Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where today everything's gonna work just fine, probably. In a moment here I'm gonna click on this and we're gonna load into the battle, and it's just gonna function. And if that's not true, you'll never know it, because I'll start the episode over. So we are given pretty bad odds here, but also, listen, the auto-resolver doesn't know everything. So it's pretty easy to control the dredge and the harmonite, especially in this heavily forested terrain. Okay, this guy's not any faster, so really the Arpua is the only one that's really, like, immediately super dangerous. And it does go after all of my archers, although it will survive the attacks of all of my archers, and then it will punish us for our hubris. So how close do I have to be? At least here? Okay, everybody's in range, though. So my play is... I probably don't want to stack up like this, though. They were probably right the first time. I'm just trying not to give this thing any position where it can hit 3 people. But yeah, like this... Well, like this, I can't keep the dredge off of the archers, though. The dredge has 22 initiative, and were I smart, I would have looked at what the initiative count on my militia is before starting the battle. All right, I am going to go ahead and put them here. Then we are going to form the wall, and if this thing wants to move to there and hit all 3 of these, at the very least, it's not hitting the archers, right? Y'all need to focus the hell up. Maybe the high threat enemy, who is also, right up in the what do you call it? Right up in your current attack range. You don't even have to move for it. All right, let's see how this goes. Oh gosh, are we gonna not even be able to get that thing in 2 rounds? Well, it's in pretty bad shape. So we got stunned there. That's real bad news. All of the archers continue to shoot at this thing. Ah, jeez. Okay. Let's have you target that. The vine snake will have moved already. Problem is, nobody's going to be able to control this dredge, because we can't reach the damn thing. I guess there's a possibility. If the Arpua does actually go down, this guy will be able to walk across to here. So let's give him that opportunity at the very least. It could die. It's really going to depend on how many 16 damage rolls we get. Oh, okay. Well, that works for me. So cool. Then we get to pin that guy, and because he's counterattacking, not attacking, he doesn't have a chance of proccing his stun, which is really good news for us. Next up is we focus heavily on the vine snake, and we do so from a safe distance. Actually, you're already 4 spaces away. You'll be able to move to here, since that spot's been vacated. You can move to there. And then, yeah, I don't know that we need to get any fancier than this. In fact, you don't have to move at all. We don't get anything out of that movement. Okay, this is actually going great. Oh, double stuns. Absolutely beautiful. Well, I think the battle's over. We still have a really long time to go on this, though, right? We're like at the halfway point? I mean, obviously, the reward would be lovely, but I am concerned that we may have to bail sometime soon. In the interim, we are getting a lot of combat XP for our hero, which is useful. Yeah, that was another 14, so yeah, Tlato's really moving. Okay, finishing our canal locks. Then we're going to be able to push through the borough streets really fast. We're researching the cargo dock. We can get that out next turn, and it is going to be like turn... Oh, maybe I took this too slowly. Maybe I got too distracted by trying to expand in a more general way. We're not in danger from you, right? No, probably not. And we have to hit 720, so we don't have the resources. I'm remembering now. Don't have the resources to attempt to deal for the fortress or anything. I think we're just going to have to be happy with what we have. After we get the Empire plan, we will once again look at diplomacy. We don't actually have vision of this area down here. I just want to make sure that I know what's up. Information, broadly, a good thing. You may as well join this army. We could use dust to rush through the construction of some of the boroughs, I suppose. But it really does feel like the thing that we should be doing is saving that money for buying governors, right? We have remarkably few governors for the point in the game that we're at. How are we doing on old haunts? 4 more turns, so there are going to be 2 more armies. They're getting pretty tough. We are at least mostly healing up between. If I stand here, that's still within the region, and depending on where they spawn, we may be able to pull Lyrice's garrison in as well. Might make this a little bit easier on us. But yeah, I don't believe this army needs to go anywhere. I suppose I do need to pursue some retrofitting at some point. Alright, Therat is now monstrously productive. Let's get some work done in a great hurry. Even if this isn't the one, this is a good sort of like ease back into it game. And if I didn't need to take so many breaks over the course of the series, I wouldn't need so many ease into it games, I recognize. But life sure has been complicated recently. So that's 3 turns. Okay. What is the cost of a hero right now? Next turn. Next turn is the cost of a hero. Although also, market's real small and bad right now. And it's going to be 6 turns before there are any new ones? That's wild. Well, you know what? Specialized Polyp 2D is a perfectly sensible governor. Not the best, not the worst. Sort of a middle cat. Neither Ray nor Pat. Which is to say, very close to my heart. And also lots of important buildings are getting accomplished everywhere else. So I guess we could afford to do this if I'm not like in an immediate hurry on the new hero front. There's something to be said for that, I suppose. A little concerned about this. Why do you need to have multiple armies in my territory there? Friend? Quote unquote. I will conquer Namal if you threaten me. Just so we're all clear. And then its garrison will help to defend my capital. Yeah, I guess there's nothing else to do. I am going to do this. So that's pushed the hero hire back a couple of turns, but could be worse, could be worse. A little concerned about the number of green troops that are in my territory all of a sudden as well. I know this doesn't necessarily mean anything. He's just teleporting in so he can get vision of more stuff so that he can overgrow more stuff. We don't have peace with him though, right? We do have mutual friends, so in theory it shouldn't be hard to get, but it will be sort of influence costly. Not 250. Yeah, we could like do this. And then we can juice up the amount of influence we're producing a little bit. So I get 5 more turns. This is going to produce another, 400? That's actually sufficient, right? Yeah. We don't need to go more than that. If we did go more than that, though, we could assimilate the Drageshi now. I think I'm going to, since it seems like we can handle it. Weichsel is not... It's not fervent yet, and popping the emeralds is not going to do it by itself. So now we're generating... We're going to end up at like 689, so we do need to push one more city onto influence production. There we go. Okay, that'll get us where we're going, and hopefully it'll help keep Green from disrupting any of the stuff I have going on. And to some extent, solidify our friendships with some of the other players, because Green has another friend, right? We got a common friend reference that was in, or a common friend message that was in reference to them at some point. I'm not allowed to look at the game from their perspective until our turn starts in earnest, though. I give you Tralny and you declare war on blue? Huh. What a strange offer. That did work, though. Why would they think that I want that? Also, look who's actually noting. So 30 and 33 are the initiative levels for those characters. I mean, it's definitely... Oh gosh. I mean, It's an interesting offer, actually. I'm considering it. A war that I don't have to be involved in that's always fun. So what I might do is like this. This thing gets to go before our militia, and I am potentially allowing it to attack archers. But this gives us this is a ton of morale. And then we get to push forward, and yeah, I'm going to run it like this, because killing this thing as fast as possible, I think, is the most highest priority. Everybody... Let's see, so you should go after the vine snake, ideally. Try to give it something to fight with. Well, you know what, actually, this one can just lock up the Harmonite, though, potentially. I guess, you know what, probably not, because the vine snake's probably going to move to there. But that's fine. You move to here and do whatever it is that you can do from that position. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure what the horse was going to do, so that is the second priority, dealing with that centaur. Okay, but as long as the enemies are fixating on our hero, that's very, very good news for us. That is unfortunate. Okay, we've managed to sequester most of the melee over here in a position where they will not have time to become a problem for the ranged before the end of the battle. And yep, lots of focus on the hero. And the Arpua stopping in the open is really nice. Extremely helpful to us. Okay, we have pretty thorough control here. That said, I do think it is entirely possible for us to lose units this time. And I think given this thing's behavior so far, we don't need to focus on it so much. I do want to make sure this thing goes down. Try your level best. Okay. Gosh, we're having a hell of a time dealing damage to this thing. Okay, very excellent stun. Jesus. I will admit, I really thought that this thing was going to be dead like 2 turns ago. Please? Nothing. Just nothing. Okay, there we go. We're probably going to have to actually attack it this turn, though. Okay, never mind. We did not have to spend an action point on cleanup. And most of our real units came through in pretty good shape. This one is definitely still going to be badly injured by the time the next battle comes around, which is a little concerning. But the militias will be back in full health at least. Tralny is pretty underdeveloped. I mean, gosh. A big part of me taking Tralny was just so that we were backfilled all the way to the coast. I wonder if it does make sense to just give it to green in exchange for green and blue going to war. So to give blue something to do. Looks like they're planning to settle my Urkin trap, which I don't much care for, but we probably can't stop it. What is the position of... So Blue's army is actually very large and impressive. We certainly don't want to fight them. We sort of have like we have a sort of two paths diverged in the woods moment here, where we have to decide: are we going to hitch our wagon to Blue, or are we going to try to see them brought low? One thing that's going to make a big difference here is they're already at 34 researches. They are a definite victory threat. There's no two ways about that. Huh. I mean, this alliance could be very helpful. They're concerned because they have a bad navy, and I don't have a good navy, but I do have one. That's really cute. Real trade with them is useful. If they want to found some cargo docks, that could be good too, although... I mean, there's basically, they'd have to be cargo docks in Ursay. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take this. Because this way we get a bunch of information about Red, probably, without actually having to engage with Red directly. Is this... I guess there's no way to know. My question was going to be, is this an overgrown... Like, did Blue give a city to Green? Probably that's what happened. It's like Blue and Green are, yeah, they're not playing well in a bunch of ways. There's a lot of overgrowing and stuff going on. Blue's looking mighty. I suppose we could do both, couldn't we? I'm going to not do this. I'm going to keep my city. But doing both was actually kind of an interesting option. So... I guess if I build a district right here, it will immediately complete the faction quest. And then we can just build a district here afterward. This gets us another tile. Another 2 tiles. But this lets us move on right now, which is probably the more critical thing. We'll build here and we'll get the level up, and then we'll build along the coast, and it'll be good. It'll be good. Okay. Pushing hard. We still don't have the money for heroes. I don't really know what to do with this navy now that we're maybe we just sit in the garrison for the moment. We kind of scouted out what it was valuable for us to scout out. I guess, you know what? I could sail up here. Maybe that's actually the move. Let's sail up here, get vision along these coastlines, since we don't have to stay back and defend, because we're at peace with everybody. Yeah, I'm getting a little nervous about how slowly I'm moving on the faction quest. Oh, hey. Unfortunately, that's Dust Lotus, which we have none of. A Dust Orchid, rather, and there's none of on the market as well. Okay. The detection bonus has come to an end. That's fine. Next turn, we're going to get the last Battle of Old Haunts and maybe actually complete this step of this quest. Which I think is a thing we have done before, but maybe only once. It's not trivial. It is legitimately a lot of time to spend standing in one place with what probably has to be a pretty real army. Okay, for sure get that done. For sure, let's hire in... So, Eslik Tarash appeared, who is fun, but mostly as a commander. I think we're going to go ahead and take the Polyp. And honestly, the Polyp is a better fit for this city. And it doesn't really matter where Asala Arca is. I'm going to put her in Karamar. Karamar's producing a fair amount of science just by dint of the type of terrain that it's built on. And then also that'll have the additional benefit of giving it a little bit more garrison strength in case Blue wants to do something. And obviously, if we think they're gonna try that, we need to do some equipping. I guess we can garrison to get 1 point of movement further in the direction we're going. And now what? I guess this is now what, right? At the very least. Our empire is holding fervent in most of the cities right now, though. Maybe that's not so important. Maybe let's grab this instead, so we don't have to keep thinking about it. Although, pursuing dust refineries also is very, very powerful. This is really nice, though, and it'll mean we don't have to spend so much time with people on influence, which is... yeah, okay. That Rumbler's gonna die. Well, is what it is, I suppose. Okay. Winter Falls. Our income is still pretty good. Relatively solid. Also, hooray. Oh, there isn't a final spawn. You just get the reward. Okay, well, 1200 dust does some work for us. 80 science is less impressive. Oh, it put them back out in the tile they were in. I don't know why I assumed it was going to push us out on the correct side. It doesn't even know that that's the correct side, really. Okay, so when we finish this, we're going to have like a dead turn. Where I suppose we could build the canal system? I know it doesn't do anything right now, but we could just throw this in, just to have something to do until Public Works finishes. Or, no, you know what? What am I talking about? We're not going to have a dead turn. I'm going to be able to build one more burrow, and I'm going to want to do so immediately. That's what we're going to do. Silly me. Okay, now that y'all are finished with that task, let's collect some pearls real fast. You know, they're cool to have. So this is Winter 2. We could pick up Iceworks. I mean, the chapel. I hate to be boring, but the chapel is just objectively... it's so good. Yeah, we'll throw 2 extra population into this city. That seems fine. Karamar should definitely get a chapel as well. That's a relatively high priority use of pearls. And then we have all of the money, but probably there are not any heroes that we actually want to hire. Yeah, not really. So what do we want to do? Most of the good resources are not available in quantities that would matter to us, although this one is. We only have to buy 15, but I do think it's worth doing. And so with the Dorgeshi, we're bringing in 40 spices every 10 turns. That's enough to keep that booster running forever. This is, we're going to stockpile tremendously, and the AI does like wine, generally. We do need to get our extractor for this figured out, because we do have one deposit near Therat. We came up a little light on resources, though, in a lot of ways. Oh, wait, why am I researching public works? I can't build this building yet. I need smelting station. Silly me. Okay, something like that, maybe? Or this might go before the... Yeah, it probably does. In fact, it probably goes before public works, too. Yeah, we're going to need to push population in Therat. Therat's going to have to become huge and amazing. Oh, hey, a sea monster. Well, that sucks a ton. It is possible that with the ELCP changes to that, I can't remember. I think it was ELCP. It might be in the actual base game in which they changed the loot of the sea monster quest, but it might actually be worth it now to take this thing down. Maybe. Okay, 160 more dust. Zaltana is there, and that's super cool because I'm actually allowed to go there. Alright, so we research ourselves a Zaltana. Oh, bummer. We can't quite. Well, we will get a Zaltana. Probably want to prioritize getting this done. The dock is really good. And then we can... Although at this point I can pull people off of influence. We can refocus in a way that makes sense for actually completing buildings and stuff. Because we already hit our 720. Alright, Trollney had been kept on food, but I might want to burn through this stuff pretty quickly. Alright, Therat can build this to level up the dock while simultaneously getting us three new sea tiles, which just seems amazing. So yeah, the sea monster, and also get thee to a Zaltana. And we picked up, actually, I'm going to rebalance this. We picked up 25 Palladium there, so we actually do have the resources to start building plow factories. I think that's got to be our priority. The sea monster battle is quite difficult. It has its core piece, and then these 7 additional tentacles divided between a couple of different kinds of tentacles. And if you don't kill the core piece, any damage that you do is meaningless. Like it'll just, after the battle, it will put itself back together. It can be very tough. All right, I think we keep everything the same, just much more expensive on account of the Empire is much larger. Okay, and at this point we don't actually see any more pearls in our territory, and it might be the case that there aren't any more. Probably not. How many is that? Not going to stress about that. Ooh, this changed to grass silk. We have grass silk income. Which one are you, Fakir? Not that one. That's Chaka. I can't remember which abilities are associated with which one at the moment. So dust and initiative, and I mean the obvious downside here is that with blue having filled in Ursay, we don't really benefit from having an Urkin nearly as much as we used to. But it's still nice to just have the numbers. We could get that Urkin if I research Shipyard. We're gonna finish Plow Factory first, for sure. Alright, so now we got to level Zaltana up. You know what? I know I just put this polyp here. I really wish I hadn't, because that would have been a good place for Zoltana. Well, the capital's about to... No, the capital already finished a bunch of stuff. This city's about to build a fair number of things. I suppose it's also the case that, yeah, Tralny's going to go through some stuff pretty fast here. Let's put Zoltana in Tralny. So, natural resources level 2. And Zoltana's going to be the hero for Therat eventually. I think this borough is the last one we'll be able to build for the moment, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get all that done. Oh, wow. That really makes a big difference. But also, there's not really a good reason for us to... I would like to get the borough done quickly. But beyond that, there's not really a good reason for us to commit to build in this city at the moment. Not until the plow factory's ready to go. And this stuff's kind of unimportant. Okay. We see some pearls. Oh, there we go. There's a big... Yeah, 10. Okay. That's a chapel's worth of building resources just floating there. So if we're not going to buy heroes... What are we going to do with all this money? I guess I'm going to buy... I know we don't have a source of red sang right now, but maybe I'll buy all the red sang on the market in the hopes that it will spark people to sell more. Because, honestly, it would be tremendously helpful to us. Let's create a selling incentive. I would really like to have some red sang. Okay, we'll do that for the moment. So that's going to be very impressive now. Yep, that sure was a level up. If only Zoltana could have been here for that. Now see, that's interesting. Giving them cargo docks is really unlikely to harm us. I'll take it. I don't even know that we're necessarily going to get a lot of use out of that particular technology, but I do think that it's going to be very meaningful to, I do think it's going to be tremendously meaningful to gain an extra technology and be that much closer to the next tech level. They might be riding out to gain control of Fakir. So Zoltana has a shorter reassignment cooldown. It's possible that once that's up, it might make sense for us to bump him over to this city. Although he is getting important stuff built here quickly. And with food consumption down on this city, the population is growing really quickly as well, so maybe we're good. Also, oh, that's right. I put the temple in this city, so I did buy us a little bit of extra room as far as burrows go. That'll be a good thing to have. Okay, what we are really doing here is just kind of waiting. Is there anything that I'm going to want to have eventually? Probably. It'll be good to have a district somewhere at some point. But really, what I'm mostly doing is just waiting for Plow Factory to finish in most of these cities. That is the thing of import. I could wait on a lot of this stuff. Like, we could intentionally kind of sandbag the production of this city if we do want to do the swap. Like, say in 3 turns when those big buildings are finished. Oh, this needs to happen. That should probably be a higher priority. Or purchased, I suppose. The titanium extractor is important. The emerald extractor, less so. But, I mean, at the very least, it's trade fodder. And I suppose this is something I'm spending dust on, probably? Okay, so some new stuff is showing up. Dust Boost 2 is, like, okay. There's an Edra the Listener. There's a Lacoste Passar, which is influence, you know, I guess. It's something. Dust Efficiency 3 is pretty whatever. Jocelyn Duvall has Dust Efficiency 2 and a better general skill tree. Oh, we might. Actually. So this is the one where they get dust from rivers. We don't have much in the way of rivers in our territory. And by much, I mean there aren't any. There are no rivers. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but like the tree is still good beyond that. You just rush past that and you grab Mining Authority. Yeah. All right. Welcome aboard. We gotta get some governors in here. So where do we want Mining Authority most? I mean, to be perfectly honest, where we want Mining Authority most is Therat. But obviously we have other stuff going on there. A place where we have adamantian or palladian deposits is also reasonable. It's going to be most relevant in a place where there is a place where there's third tier resources, and we just don't know yet. But we do want to get you down so you can start building up in that direction. So I guess for the moment, the capital will do just fine. Just help us build things here. If we were on industry, we would finish that Borough Street and then be able to build. Yeah, let's do it this way. So we still get the point of population and we get the borough done, and then we factorize. And I am going to buy out some of this stuff. The emerald extractor should be really cheap. I think I want to buy us down to only having to spend 3 turns here so that we are ready to move, or 2 turns here, rather. So that we are ready to move when the thing finishes. If I put the alchemy workshop up there, yeah, I can just buy out the rest of this stuff and rush a ton of XP to Zaltana. That works. Wait, why is public work? Did I not? I didn't swap these correctly, is why. That said, we actually do have the resources now to do some public works. It's probably fine. That was a weird camera move. I'm a little concerned about red, but I think blue will insulate us from them at the very least. Alright, what's over here? What do we get? Okay, sure. 100 dust is fine. Yep, that's fair. I was never really in the running for that. Want to keep the spices running forever. Zaltana didn't even level up. You know, we're trying. Wow, hold on. Don't finish it in 1. Let's get it, like, close. How many people can we put onto industry here without pushing the plow factory to 1 turn? Okay. We'll get as much done there as we can. Just feed more XP into Zaltana here. Y'all can focus up on the plow factory. Don't build a plow factory here. It's a waste of resources. This might just be expanding down the lava river a little bit. Expansion here is going to be kind of funny because of the position of this Magte village. The other thing we could do in this city is just produce troops, right? That's a total total possibility. It may make sense to just build military units just to be ready. Also, you know, more military units sitting in a garrison is more XP for the hero. That is certainly of value. Well, we probably ought to do something about these lice. That's a terrible contribution. I would like to counter-propose. What if I don't give you public granary? I do give you cargo docks, and then you give me something that I want a little bit more. Darn, I was really hoping he was going to have some red sang. Well, we can't take a technology. We could take a fair amount of Dust Orchid and just hope to complete the booster later. We could take some dye. You know what? I actually like this. Let's take as much dye as he's willing to give. And then our hope is he will build cargo docks now that we've given him the capability. So who are you friends with? Okay. You and I and Purple can hang together. Purple also is friends with Green. Okay. We have the makings of a diplomatic bloc here. Alright, so let's bump Specialized Polyp 2D out of this city, replace him with Zaltana, and Zaltana can start really putting down roots here. And then I don't exactly know where we want to move Polyp 2D to. Like, maybe this city makes the most sense. Alright, Zaltana has much to do. Much to do, much to build. Okay, those will be important. Actually, once we're done with that, let's get the National Arena in place as well. A lot of exclamation points over here. Okay, those are both fine. I'm always nervous, you know? Okay, you're the greatest empire. I think that's probably true. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. I don't want to attack them. I want to be nearby, but bait them toward the city. Lyrisy should also build a plow factory. Weichsel should also build a plow factory. But I ran out of resources, and if I'm only going to get it in 2 of these 3 cities, Trolney is probably the one that doesn't, at least at the moment. It's way better here than it is in most other places. So that definitely factors into the math. And then, yeah, I think especially for the purpose of just driving up level, it makes a lot of sense for Specialized Polyp to be here. So Trolney instead can build... Oh, right. I built out adjacent to the water, but I didn't build out adjacent to a water tile that's in my region. Okay, well, here, we can we can fix that. That said, the cargo docks here are not going to be tremendously useful anyway. That city's maximum ocean exploitation is pretty bad still. Alright, so you just kind of... I'm going to move up here because I'm hoping to go grab those pearls real quick. Next turn. And, I don't know what to do with you. I guess we'll sail around here, get some vision of that. We do still have a ruin to pick up. All right, our next research is for sure the extractor for those Titan bones. And then we're still a little ways off of moving up here. We're going to need our science buildings as well. At some point, it would be great to get the dust refinery, but we did make a choice that spent all of our glass steel already, so... Yeah, I don't know that that's necessarily an immediate priority. For Asala Arca, let's push up to the big percentage boost to science real fast, then we'll come back for the other science skills. Okay, the lice totally went for it, which is great news. Next winter effect. I actually would probably like this one with the expansion disapproval reduction technology. We'll probably be able to just tank the negative side of this. Then again, it probably helps the AI more than it helps me, actually, so I don't know. I don't have spare pearls for voting anyway. Really want to make sure I'm using all of my pearls in the most sensible ways. Like for putting in a chapel here, right? Karamar has one already. Yeah, Weixel has one already. Therat has one already. So, yeah, Trolny gets one. That makes sense. Okay. We may lose a Rumbler or two on this one. May not really be a way around it. Actually, let's try to ball up a little bit here for the sake of morale. Oh, I see. It didn't have somebody on this space because this space is a respawn point, or is a spawn flag. That's probably right. Yeah, archers, hard focus. I mean, this thing will probably go down pretty swiftly. Oof, maybe not swiftly. Our base damage is really bad. We should get some actual gear. Yep, there's the sweep strike back. Yep, that seems like the right move. Just gut this one, and then this one's gonna do some real damage. Never mind. Actually, everything's fine. Rumblers have a lot of HP. That's what I have to say. Alright, more pearls. And sadly, I think we have probably leached all the pearls out of our regions. There's still some pearls in neutral places. I'm a little leery of going hard after these because the AI takes that shit really personally. You know, we may as well build a canal system here. And then, yeah, it's like a bunch more archers. We are going to want to put some extractors into the queues in some places. Probably after the chapel, that makes sense. You don't get one. Lyracy gets one. This city really should have a governor as well. That's a thing we probably want to make sure we pursue. Okay, so all that stuff is going. This is a little slower than I would like, but do think it is of value. Where's this burrow? Is this being built here? Yeah, it must be, right? Because that's... yeah. Okay. And we continue to push as much XP on Zoltana as we can. Oh, I need to go back to the market periodically and look at the Red Sang. And I don't need to wait for these to be finished. I should probably be running the archers over to Therat as quickly as possible. Just really maximize that XP. In fact, it might make sense to dump the army off in Therat, like this army, just to really push that value. Because Zoltana does have to gain another level after this coming level. Okay, no red sang on the market. We might need to go fishing. This benefits me probably way more than it benefits them. This is a bad deal. I mean, who has any red sang? Somebody must, because the amount that was on the market doesn't seem like naturally occurring. It seems like somebody was selling it. You still don't have any... You don't have any... Oh, you... Okay, you have a ton. How much do I need? I need like 20-ish, I think. I have 16, so I need 19. It would be super helpful if we could do this. But the one thing I definitely don't want to give you is tech. You know, honestly, what's my income rate here? 4.2, and we're pushing toward bonus resource production in a region that has that. I think I'm willing to do that. At this point, I imagine everywhere's at 100%. So we don't want to fire any boosters that don't actually do stuff. And I guess we're just looking around for pearls. I can throw shipyard on here real fast. Try to go get that Erkin. Maybe just hang out near the ocean. Where can I get back out of the water? I guess over here is the place that makes sense to do this. Because there's cliff. Inconvenient cliff all along there. You can now build your cargo dock, which probably doesn't go in front of any of that stuff. So I think I'm just turning down all these deals. You know, their troops have seen a lot of places, though. I am going to take the map exchange. The Mycera get a lot of vision from their construction of ruins monitors and stuff. Okay, so pink is a vaulter. Might be a good idea to make formal diplomatic contact there. Brown is Broken Lords, and they're doing quite well on size at the very least. Oh, interesting. And Green's capital is down here, maybe? No, there are Draken buildings in this region. That's a Draken city. So where the hell is Green's capital? Ah, this is Green's actual. I thought they were west of us based on how they approached us, but this makes sense. Okay, weird. So yeah, I guess we're just waiting here for the opportunity to go and see if we can make this happen. Oh, he's gonna resettle soon. Shit. Shipyard would be 2 turns still. Yeah, it doesn't actually matter. It's too slow either way. All right, never mind. We'll see what happens, but... So that's not a useful thing to do either. I guess just kind of get in the middle of the Empire, maybe? And this is... Yeah, that's a terrible idea. Actually, no, you know what? I am going to do the thing I said. I am going to dump off the garrison of this army into Therat, and then we'll rebuild the army with new troops out of Karamar. But now that we've fired the Red Sang, I should probably make sure that I'm actually maximizing the XP gain for our friend Zaltana. Oh, somebody built a guardian, it looks like. So Pakwa gets staggered blows, which is very good. One of these is going to be Zaltana, which is wonderful news. Don't know how I'm still hiring level 1 heroes at this point. Yeah, get those natural resources. And then I am going to just break him off of this army, right? Okay. we'll run him down and meet up there. Okay, so all that's happening. Titan bone extractor. Okay, everything gets done in one turn, no matter how we do it. Does it make sense to build a watchtower here? Probably not. So this city's on like boat production or something for a minute. We don't need shipyard. What do we want? 2 more techs? I honestly don't even know that we need bread and circuses. So maybe we want to focus on the science techs. I know we don't have a lot of titanium right now, but at the very least, just like building these in a couple of places will be pretty meaningful, and then we'll continue to push for those as we build up. We're going to be really tight on titanium for a long time, but that's no reason to skip the production of science. Yeah, we need that. That said, our rate of technology income is actually very good. Okay, desperately need higher level strategics. Just start building this city out in an attempt to get to some level 2 districts. Ten adamantium is an okay find. I was really hoping for the other one, but that'll have to do. We're going to be able to build another burrow right after this. So I guess actually I don't need a Titan bone extractor, because the burrow we're building right now is in this space, right? We could just burrow that to pick up more forest and ocean, and then incidentally get the extractor for free. This is going to be a bit of a walk for our poor friend Zaltana, though. Also, it's about to be an eclipse. Hopefully we'll get a little bit lucky here. Some good eclipse ruin searches could yield us a lot of valuable resources. Oh, also I didn't even notice we passed 1,000 dust already because our incomes are really solid. Zaltana gets natural resources. That really did, that really did make a big difference at his level up speed. All right, send Zaltana to search that. Sigh. Wait, is that... It does have the questing on it. When I mouse over it, it doesn't have the quest name in the tooltip, but that's probably just because of the overgrowth into this. Well, I'm going to need you to... Oh, right. We're at peace with him, though, so we should still just be able to search it, right? And Zaltana's not movement locked this turn, so we can keep him attached to his army. Run up here along the road. That'll be pretty fast. And also, he can grab any... there are ruins up here that are worth searching, so that's going to be really convenient, actually. We can end the turn for this army right next to this ruin. Okay, we should definitely do this, no question. I definitely don't want a chapel here. Just keep building out. Blue doing stuff to make me uncomfortable. Yeah, so we're not... I don't think we're going to have to clear the fungus. I think we're going to be okay to just go do this. Now, we do have to equip the Ark of the Builders, but we got lucky and got control of a mithrite facility really early. So, fingers crossed that is no issue at all. And let's go check out this ruin, I guess. Oh, this is a really good fortress. It's just a Hyperion facility and ownership of the whole ocean region. That's pretty cool. still have some... Oh, yeah. You have movement, but you're supposed to. Okay. Let us enter into the new thing. Actually, you know what? I should have moved these people because we don't need to push hard on the construction of that that thing anymore. Oh, hey. A conflux spawned underneath Sultana there. Weird. And we might want to save the XP boost of production finishing until Zaltana returns in a couple of turns when the cooldown's up. Grabbing confluxes is worth a little bit of XP, so we're going to go ahead and do that. What has struck at the same moment? Oh, open wounds. Okay, not a big deal for us. There sure is a lot of adamantium in all of the ruins everywhere. Well, now that's interesting. I could really use 42 palladium, to be perfectly honest with you. Do I want to completely nuke food consumption in this city before... No, I think I want to go for inspirational leader first. Yeah, probably. And then we'll come back. Okay, that... Sure. There was a village somewhere that had not yet been pacified. Do not care. Okay, that was actually a really good find. 15 titanium is useful at this moment. I think we probably will just grab... Obviously, the large-scale aquatic center is like pretty relevant in our empire. And that'll take us to the next era. Oh, hell yes. Palladium, finally. Blue is stealing all my ruins, though. Very annoying. Well, they won't get this one, because we get to Forest Walk. So Zaltana's reassignment cooldown, yeah, will be up. We'll search this, and then we'll search this next turn, and then the turn after that, we warp back to Therat. So that's pretty good. Therat needs to build some stuff, and we can kind of take it easy on this. Oh, it gets done in one turn anyway, so yeah, that's fine. This city does have 3 anomalies. Yeah, what I might do is this, and then we'll finish this stuff once Zaltana gets home, because obviously, like, we need Zaltana to gain a whole bunch of levels yet. We can now build museums again, which I think is really, really worth doing. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. Not here so much. A chapel. Chapel makes sense. Spend your dust. Not a lot of good things to spend it on, sadly. Influence efficiency. And we're 5 turns away from a partial market refresh, so... And we're 5 turns away from seeing 1 new hero. It's maybe a more honest and direct way to put that. So it really doesn't feel like there's a lot of value to spend dust on, frankly. I guess trade. Just like buying stuff of value off of other players. Do you have any more of that red sang? My dude, my friend, my pal. What if I gave you all of this dust? Not even a little bit interesting, actually. And I definitely don't want to trade any more tech to blue, unless it's like... It would have to be in exchange for something really powerful. But I don't even know that that's worthwhile. Because their research count is really terrifying, isn't it? Yep, 43. They're almost in the last era. So... For the moment, we're just sitting on 1,200 dust, I guess. We can use the dust to rush stuff in Therat. That's something. We could buy more artillery ships and kill this sea monster. To be perfectly honest, that might be the move. I don't know. That feels very silly. Oh, you know what? What am I talking about? There is a thing we could buy that would have value. The titanium. We are titanium locked. It's very expensive, but we do need like a ton of it. So Wexel will be a really good place to build. Here, I also want to do this. I think just grab these two tiles down here. So we could build up that way instead, and that would at least level up this district while grabbing us 2 of those. But these two ocean tiles with the cargo dock are definitely high value. Here, I'll put the alchemy lab in between though. So yeah, I definitely want to build an alchemy lab there. The capital is going to benefit from having one because we actually have a fair number of districts now, and we're going to build at least one more, we know. Yeah, doing that kind of stuff. That's valuable. We're not going to take the trade. Blue is scary. Blue is really scary. Maybe I should have taken the offer from green to declare war on them. And my biggest concern, though, is that the way that ends is, especially now knowing what green's position is, my biggest concern is that the end of that is blue being in control of another large city. So Fakir and Khazar ran down there. One of them might relocate to Melantur at some point. Could happen. What have we here? Back to Cold War with you, so that you can steal my fortresses. You know, I'm not really that afraid of you winning the game. I might be willing to do some silly stuff in exchange for keeping the peace. Or to be perfectly honest with you, just like give me the thing in Brenla and we'll lock that up, and that could be the way we resolve that problem. It's not even good, right? Like, here's the problem with that. I don't even want this. Well, it does have a Palladian thing on it, actually. I would probably rather have control of Hendwin. Like, this is a vision facility. +2 vision and detection on all fortresses is pretty cool. But then also, this is a source of Hyperion, which I otherwise don't have. So actually, can I... What if I don't want that one? I want the... Oh, wow. No, never. Never is what they say. I guess I understand that. Am I willing to make this deal? Is that even a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Is the thing we really have to worry about. You're at 36 technologies, so if I give you... was it 3? 4. If I give you 4 techs... Okay, you really want Plow Factory. Hold on, let me see if we can get the number down. Yeah, they really want cargo docks. So we can get it in 3. Like, this doesn't hurt too much for them to have. So we can go back to peace, and we can lock up Brenla. It doesn't give me Mithra, or it doesn't give me Hyperium, but we're only going to need so much Hyperium, right? I'm going to do this. So we do get control of the ocean region. That is even more grass silk, which is fine. We do have enough grass silk to run a booster. It would be a fair amount of dust, I suppose, but like... Nope, that Urkin got taken. This one probably will get 2, so we probably don't have to be concerned about that. And the benefit of holding the Urkin is probably pretty low. Let's go ahead and fire the grass silk booster. We'll make the extra couple hundred dust per turn, and we'll put it to good use. Thank you for being cool and letting me search this. My city is being sieged by roaming centaurs. Okay. I don't know who these centaurs are. But I do know that Zeltana will not stand for this. They only get 1 tile of deployment area, so that's pretty bad news for them. Yeah, this feels like a tiny bit unsporting, right? I mean, is this a privateer army? Is that what's happening? It can't be. A privateer army would be set up better than this, right? It's way too tiny. I guess, oh, that ruin search is probably spawned by that ruin search, and it's just that it was weird that they appeared over here because of the fact that the all of the spaces adjacent to the ruin were already filled, so it had to bump the army to the side. Okay, so next turn we can do the reassign. Yeah, all right. Let's play into next turn, and we'll stop there for the day. I don't care about this. It is not worth anything to me for you to open your borders. Hooray, 80 dust. Let's run over to Karamar and pick up some new units. Probably don't need any more rangers. Probably what we need is rumblers. Should I redesign those units? Probably. Well, we're about to move up to the next era, though. Probably not. Let's redesign the units, and then we'll put them in the queue. Turn 70. Nervous. I'm nervous about how close we know blue is to potentially winning the game, should they choose to push for the most efficient path. I'm nervous about how much distance we still have to travel. Hydromiel, Dustwater, a ton of Mithrite, and some Hyperium. Oh, cool. The Hyperium was underneath Therat, so when we research the tech, we'll just get it for free. We probably should do that. Let's prioritize that. And then Dustwater and Hydromiel. That's a real bummer. I was kind of hoping for a source of Orchid or something. Yeah, alright. So let's grab Zoltana. The army's going to come back and re-embed, but it's going to take them a second to do so. Y'all just keep heading home. I mean, you may as well, I guess, just like go grab... Oh, right, that's sitting in lava. Maybe don't prioritize grabbing the Conflux for the small amount of XP when it's sitting inside of the lava. Perhaps a long-term misplay. Okay, so now that Zoltana's here, we can rearrange these and put ourselves back into Get Science mode. This is also hugely worth building. Okay, that'll be really good for us. Did anybody put any Red Sang back on the market? Nope, one player has it all and they are locking the supply. I mean, I get it. So we got to build the Ogmakwan still, right? But once that's done, we're good. Once that's done, we're finished with our faction quest. So in theory, we're close. Am I misremembering? There must be... So Zoltana goes here. Then the next step is the thing that awards the Ogmakwan, but I don't remember what it is. And then phase 8 of the faction quest is just build the Ogmakwan, which obviously we are very interested in doing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. We should maybe... You know, maybe the right play here is to just buy as much of this stuff as possible. And since we don't have anything else pressing to spend the dust on, and focus on food. Because, like, this city could be larger. That said, how many people do I have to leave on industry to get the advanced alchemy lab in one? Because that's probably worth doing. Oh, it looks like it's basically everybody. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Just everybody. Yeah, we'll jump back next turn, but we'll get this to the point where when we move people back to food, it'll still be one turn. Maybe I want to do that before I end the episode, just so I don't forget. So let's not put fancy strategic gear on anybody. Let's go dust gear, I guess. I know in the past I have been very like tier 3 iron helmet over dust helmet, and I think we probably will do that for the archers, but for our tank here, I think this makes sense. And I think I want to stick to the big hammer plan. Get improved life and this stuff. Do we want to go to longbows? The thing that is most likely to happen is that we get attacked by blue, right? We get close to a victory. If we get close to a victory, blue is the one who is most likely to turn on us. A blue theoretically has access to golem riders, but they also have a lot of slow, heavy infantry. I think I do just want to be on longbow at this point. Okay. So those are the rumblers that we will build to finish out this army again. And the retrofit's not so expensive. Okay, yeah. Let's do one more turn so that I can remember to swap Therat's population around, because otherwise I definitely won't. So Iwith, Weichsel, and Karabar are the three places where we got Mithrite. And you know, Weichsel having the Broken Lord, like extra resource gain per turn on titanium and palladium and mithrite is pretty solid. Ah, that's the thing. We have to set economy and population to level 4. Well, you know, we do have the capacity to produce an awful lot of influence at this point. So the most important thing to pick up by a huge margin is Behemoth Tamer. We need to cap Behemoth Tamer. And then we probably need to do a little bit of math here. The plan for the population has changed. That's a supremely annoying thing for you to be doing right now. Could you maybe cut it the hell out? We're not going to get there in time, but I do need to kill that army. Nope, still want you to do that. Okay. Layer C needs to build... Oh, yeah. We have the resources for the National Museum now. We should definitely have one. If only for the sake of being able to bump people over to influence efficiently. So let's talk about that Empire plan, because that's going to be a harsh one. Ooh. I will, in fact, fire the Moonleaf. I think that's well worth doing. Okay. Sorry, I'm spacey. Economy and population. That's a shame, because that's one that we didn't naturally want to put any influence into at all. So, like, 3120. 3120 is a lot. We have no dye income. There's very little dye on the market, but we're definitely going to want some dye for this. So if we do that, we also trade some dye off of somebody. Okay, my dude has a ton. I need not like a huge amount. I need 9. And this is probably all the dye we'll ever need, right? Okay, that looks very, very doable. Yeah, I'll do the Adamantian trade. That seems very fine. I would really love 35 red sang too. Like let's just see if we can make that happen. If we make this all of the adamantine again. That is all of it, right? Yeah, 82. Okay. My dude wants glass steel real bad. Not a big surprise. 170 emeralds is effectively nothing for me. All this wine is effectively nothing for me. Wants the mithrite and the glass steel, both of which I probably actually need. We could pass him control of an ocean region. I don't know. That doesn't seem very sensible. Yeah, we just can't. We cannot get the red sang. That's fine. We'll just take this. Okay, because we're going to need that die booster very badly. Now, let's figure this out. So, we need to be producing... We need to be at least at 3120, which means we need to produce 2,700-ish influence in the next 9 turns, which seems very doable. If we... Let's start by refocusing places that aren't Therat. Wait, do you not have... No, you totally don't have a museum yet. It is more critical for this city to get a museum than that one. Could we buy the... Oh yeah, we can just buy the 3. Okay. No, you must do this. You must have this. It is unfortunately going to take forever for that to build. Weichsel has one already, though. Karamar's about to. Okay, moving those people over doesn't change that. You don't have one yet, because of course you don't. That said, the thing you're building is not mission critical, I think. What does it cost to buy one of these out? Just a little bit more than we will have next turn. But if we get a quarter of this done, we can buy this and then bump everybody over to influence. Yeah. So we really actually, we do need to move the people of Therat over to this as well. That has to happen. Okay, I kind of thought it would, but that's fine. So we're producing 200 there, which is cool. So we're looking at 9 turns of 4117 is going to land us in the neighborhood of like 3,900 or 4,000. So with this, like obviously I would love to push for that or that. Doing either one of those things pushes us up to needing 5k. Now obviously we're going to finish construction of a couple of museums. Yeah, some places are going to improve their yield. It's scary though, for sure. All right, I know I said one more turn, but like one more turn though, right? Like I want to get things like settled. More settled. I'm a little concerned that we're just not ready. We're just not ready enough. So turn 80, we get the ability to build the Ogmaquan. We push really hard for it. I keep the spices running forever. I do not do this. Sala Arca can give us some more science. So we'll get up here, we'll shut these lights down before they burn anything else. Therat does not have anything of terrible imports to build. We could put up like a coastal battery. I probably don't want to center for mineralogy here. I'd like to do that somewhere else. So yeah, I don't know. Coastal battery's fine. Harden that city against ocean nonsense. Bump that large population over to here. That'll help a little bit. Then you probably should just build some burrows. We should probably just like reach out and grab more resources. I guess... I don't know. It's awkward no matter which way we do it. The Earth Towers are pretty good. Okay, we'll build down this. We'll make kind of a weird shape toward the Earth Tower, but we definitely want to pick up the Hidden Springs with this next one. So we probably want to keep people on industry for one more turn here. Oh, no, sorry. We'll be able to buy that out no matter what. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. Because we're making almost as much dust in this next turn as the buyout is going to cost anyway. And in fact, it's only going to be like 450. So what's the buyout on this? Yeah, that's fine. We can finish that. This will still get finished. And yeah, okay. So ring in 528 now for the next 4 turns, which is going to put us at like 4,700 plus more influence per turn from this, plus more influence per turn from this. This is going to give us a little bit more as well. It's not impossible that we could pull this off. I think this ends up being better than maxing out science and industry. Like, we definitely need to hold this, obviously. Gosh, I wish it wanted us to... I wish the quest goal was to do one of these two. But yeah, that's fine. Economy and population's fine. We'll have dust. Dust is good. Dust is cool. Hot take. Dust is good and powerful. Y'all can rest, I guess. Not having that army be actively managed means we get a little bit more dust per turn because we're not paying their upkeep anymore. And now, like, everybody in the Empire is on influence, right? Yeah. Okay. I mean, we're pushing as hard as we can. I do believe that is where I have to call it for today. Went to 90 minutes because, of course, I did. It's Endless Legend. When y'all come back next time, hopefully we're just gonna push through to the end of step 7 of our faction quest without any terrible stuff happening to us. And then I guess the race is fully on. Hopefully Blue gets very distracted. And we'll see you then.